Irreversible change. Antarctica faces a climate emergency. This is News Review from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Beth. Make sure you watch to the end to learn vocabulary to talk about this story.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and try the quiz on our website. Now the story.
Sea ice the size of Greenland is missing. This and collapsing ice shelves are just some of the problems Antarctica is facing due to climate change. Scientists have met this week to discuss how important the Southern Ocean is to the health of the whole planet. They say more funding is urgently needed.
You've been looking at the headlines, Beth. What's the vocabulary?
We have virtually, put on ice, and call for.
This is News Review from BBC Learning English. Let's have a look at our first headline.
This is from Science Alert. Antarctic extremes are now virtually assured, with global ramifications.
So this headline says that extremes, that means very hot and very cold temperatures, are virtually assured. And assured means guaranteed. Global ramifications, that means that the whole world will be impacted. But what we're looking at is the word virtually.
We are. Now, this word virtually is very often used with technology. In fact, Neil, I went on a virtual tour of the Taj Mahal recently. I was at home in London, but it was like I was almost there, like I was virtually there in India.
Well, that's a really useful way of looking at it from that sort of technological point of view, because in this headline, virtually means almost or nearly, just like you were almost, nearly, sort of at the Taj Mahal. Now, the headline says that these extremes are virtually assured. That means almost guaranteed.
That's right. And we can also use virtually in a more casual, everyday way. So this morning, Neil, I was late for work. I was virtually on the bus when it left without me.
Well, I had a bad journey to work as well. I left my headphones at home. I had a really cool playlist I wanted to listen to. I was virtually in tears, almost crying. Let's look at that again. Let's have our next headline.
This is from The Guardian. I've spent 40 years in Antarctic research. Right now, it's facing a climate emergency, so we must not put vital science on ice.
Okay, before looking at the headline, a note about pronunciation. Beth, you said research. I say research. It's just a change in word stress, and both are fine. Now the headline. We mustn't put vital science on ice, and put something on ice is what we're going to learn about. At a fish market, Beth, they put the fish on ice so it doesn't go bad. Is there a connection?
Kind of, yeah. So you put fish on ice to save it for later when you actually need to cook it. Now, the headline says you mustn't, or we mustn't put science on ice, meaning we shouldn't wait until we need the science, because actually we need it now.
So put on ice means delay or postpone. Now, of course, this story is actually about ice, Antarctic ice, and so it's a kind of clever headline. You see that quite often. Can you tell us some other uses of put on ice?
Yeah, so maybe at work, there's a project, you think it's going to go ahead, but then you don't have enough money, so the project is put on ice.
Yeah, and I was thinking of moving house recently, but the timing is not good. So that plan, we have put it on ice. It means we'll save it for later and think about it again in the future. Let's look at that again. Let's have our next headline.
This is from Merco Press. World scientists call for more research on the Southern Ocean and climate change.
So, scientists call for more research. We are going to learn about call for. It contains call, which everybody knows, so why are we looking at it?
Well, call for is a phrasal verb. So with phrasal verbs, they have particles, like for in this case, and it can change the meaning. Call for means to publicly ask for something. So in this case, in the headline, scientists are writing, speaking, and asking governments and the world of science and the public for a change.
Yeah, they are calling for action. Now, Beth, I am meeting a friend for dinner later, but I need to change the time. Do I call for a change of time?
No, because you don't need everyone, you don't need the public to know that you're changing the time. So just let the restaurant know. So call for is quite formal. It's often used in headlines and reports. We don't really use it in everyday conversation.
Okay, let's look at that one more time. We've had virtually, almost, nearly,
Put on ice, save for later.
and call for, ask for publicly.
Now, if you want to watch more videos about climate change, click here to watch a 6-minute English box set.
And click here to subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.